Yo, what up, man? It's your boy Chris Unbias. You checking in, man? Crazy week, man, for Unbiased Review. But I do want to piggyback on the whole ballers versus bloggers topic. I think it was a dope topic. I know we strayed off and kind of got into the Queenzflip and Arsenal part. I never really addressed my opinion of this blog. And for everybody, man, this past week to show support, man, I really appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely one of these weeks where I felt like I got out of character. Probably Arsenal got a little out of character and Queenzflip got out of character. So I know Flip put up an apology blog. We definitely talked behind the scenes. Shout out to everybody that even made that happen. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's egos be involved. Like, I didn't have to talk to Flip. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was good with my blog. It was doing the damage it needed to do. And I was like, cool, I don't really need to talk to Flip. Whenever I see him, I see him. But at the end of the day, I knew that wasn't really what I wanted to happen because I didn't really have a problem with Flip. You know what I'm saying? I don't really think he had a real problem with me. So it was good that we got a chance to squash it. So good. Shout out to ARP. Shout out to Angry Fans. Shout out to all the battle rappers that hit me up behind the scene. Niggas like Swave, Hollow the Don, a couple other people that hit me up. I'm pretty sure some people hit him up. And we was able to talk it through, man. You know what I'm saying? We was definitely able to talk it through, and now we're in a better space and move forward. So, salute to Flip. A lot of people asked me how I felt about my record and everything being online. Like, yo, it was a good angle for him to take to deflect attention off him. You know what I'm saying? I think when you're in a battle or in a war, there really are no rules, to be honest with you. So I can't even say like, yo, Flip went too far, because I ain't gonna front. I was gonna go for the juggler at one point in time too, and I held back. I got talked out of putting stuff in my blog by people that I was gonna really go real deep. So I mean, there are no rules, man. At the end of the day, I'm sorry it had to come to that. You know what I'm saying? I think the blog had a lot of inconsistencies. I think it led people to believe something that really wasn't true. And I mean, niggas was hitting me up like, yo, I've been a subscriber for a long time, and I just want to keep it real with you, man. I still fuck with you, but my nigga, did you rape somebody? I'm like, what? Rape somebody? Like, my nigga. Or yo, I've been fucking with you, man. You know what I'm saying? No, just, this shit is everywhere. Just keep it between me and you. Like, you ain't on your Pee Wee Herman shit, are you? What? My nigga, like, so many accusations and thoughts because Flip just kind of alley-ooped the fans, which was a good chess move. You know what I'm saying? I came front and then the fans ran with it. But at the end of the day, man, it was just simple battery. That's all it was. It was me as a male, got into it with another male. Police got called. I got arrested. You know what I'm saying? Spent a little bit of time in jail, like about a few hours. And then after that, I had to take an anger management class, and that was pretty much the end of it. So it was really nothing, man. Just battery at the end of the day. I don't really have nothing to hide. So I'm moving on, man. You know what I'm saying? Definitely moving on. I appreciate everybody that subscribe to the channel, that fuck with me still. And let's just get back to battle rap. Now, I do want to mention something about Flip's blog, because he kept saying that, we kind of have a tendency to turn our backs on battlers, and that they are part of that. The fans are part of the reason the battlers give a bad performance, because we tend to forget about them when they do bad. To some degree, that is kind of true. You know what I'm saying? I do feel like it's very much a what have you done for me now lately type of thing. You know what I'm saying? I remember, still to this day, man, I remember seeing Rich Dollars when he battled JC. I was one of the few people that even have seen that battle. You know what I'm saying? URL never put it out. And to see Rich Dollars' face as he was losing to JC and choking every round, it seemed like ever since then, he ain't been in battle rap since. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, I see Rich Dollars on Twitter, man. I still hit him up. You know what I'm saying? I don't like turn my back on him like he ain't shit. I still hit him up and be like, what up, Rich? Or whatever the case may be. But as fans, it's like, yo, we forget about these dudes at the end of the day. And I think sometimes bloggers do go too far. I look at some of my blogs, I did and think, wow, I probably went a little bit too far in this blog. Sometimes I do feel like they deserve it, to be real with you. I think sometimes the battlers turn their back on fans, they chase money, and at the end of the day, the fans suffer, and they're very unapologetic for that. At the end of the day, I feel like. So some people who are repeat offenders of being bad in battles, they gotta hear it. That's just how I feel. They definitely gotta hear it. I don't feel like it should be a disrespectful way. I feel like, but at the end of the day, you do gotta keep it real. And sometimes keeping it real to some people can feel like it's disrespectful, when in actuality it isn't. And I feel like the leagues, the battle rappers, and the media need to do a better job of working with each other, because media isn't going anywhere, and the battlers and the leagues are one of the reasons why media isn't going anywhere, and I'll explain that later. but we definitely got to do a better job of working with each other because, you know what I'm saying, as of right now, it's definitely dispersed and it could be more unified. You know what I'm saying? Definitely more unified. How many of y'all have reached out to a battle rapper on Twitter and said something like, yo, I really fuck with your second round. I thought it was dope. I love the angle that you took about this, about that. Dope round. And got no reply. I'm pretty sure that's happened to y'all a few times. You know what I'm saying? Or you got a retweet. You know what I'm saying? Which is a little impersonal. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? It's very easy to retweet somebody. It doesn't really acknowledge the person as much, even though it's a retweet, so you did see their comment, but it's not much of an acknowledgement. How many times did that happen? That happens a lot. But if you say, oh man, you know, I didn't really like Calico's third round, you know what I'm saying, that shit was kind of trash. He was trying to bully Rock in the first round. I didn't really like his first round. It was trash. I got Rock winning the first round. Calico will come on Twitter and he'll debate with you, argue with you. You know what I'm saying? You might get 4 or 5 arguments about that same comment. Why you couldn't get a comment or a reply on a positive comment? And that's what I'm saying. This whole blog I'm about to do right now is about how people chase negativity when positivity is sitting right in front of them. And I know I gave you the Arsenal situation, but since that blog is down about me and Ars and me and Flip, I still want to repeat the Ars situation for people that never saw that blog. I know that blog did crazy numbers. It did like 22,000 views in like 30 hours. So I appreciate everybody that watched it, but till to this day, niggas hit me up like, yo, I didn't really see the blog. So, you know what I'm saying? I took it down. It's private. Me and Flip worked it out, so the blog isn't up anymore. And I don't really want to put it back up. You know what I'm saying? So, but I do want to get into the Ars part because I thought that was really important. And I'm going to tell you a story about Rex. So I'm going to repeat the Ars situation. For those of y'all that don't want to hear, you can just fast forward past this and get to the Rex shit. But I also want to tell you a Rex story. You know what I'm saying? And how it all ties in.
I don't discredit nothing that these blogger niggas do. But if you're gonna be funny style, just don't reach out to me. Don't be a nigga like Archer. I need you. I want your help. I want you to be the first person to do this. Like, I was the first person to do an Untold Truth, and my Untold Truth got more views than anything else on his page.
A lot of people hit me up and I always say, yo, we felt like, you know, Arsenal made you. Why you coming at Ars? Ars made your career. Even Ray Swag. This goes back to 2014, man. I still got this in my phone, man, all the way in 2016. He put, and I'll repeat, let me try to get it in focus, man. Let me try to get it in focus. You know what I'm saying? He put, Chris, why do you continue to take shots at Arsenal when he has been so instrumental to the success of you as a blogger? I never forget this tweet that Ray Swag sent me, like, you know, in 2014. I felt like it was really, honestly, to be real with you, I felt like it was disrespectful. Because I've been somebody that's grinded. I was already a blogger before I met Arsenal for a year. I had the biggest Facebook group. I had the biggest blog, you know, following, and I grinded. I'm the one that I'm the one that met all these people, broke these relationships, went to battles on my own money, really grind, really hustle, learn how to edit, learn how to do this. For you to just say that Arsenal was the reason for my success. So, you know what I'm saying? I always wanted to clear the air, man, because I didn't know Arsenal from a can of paint. I just get hit up one day and he's like, yo, you know, I need you to film something for me. Do you got a camera? I'm like, yeah. And so we exchange information. I go over to his crib, the studio, whatever. I film him a trailer for I filmed him a trailer for him to battle DNA. He needed a trailer to send to Erg. He needed it sent like the next day. I go over there, I shoot a trailer for him, send it to Erg. I said, you know what, I'm not gonna even charge you. All you gotta do is just, you know, give me an interview. So he was in the studio for so long, I just kept recording, kept asking questions, kept recording, kept asking questions. So eventually, you know, he had took a lot of shots at URL and Smack. So I asked him like, yo, what's your issue with Smack? And he told me, and I felt like it was the first time anybody had knew why he really didn't get along with URL and Smack.
Let a nigga come to my city talking them real nigga lines. I'ma show him in my city we like to kill niggas' moms. See, all the real niggas is dead or in jail. Only a few real niggas round. I never seen a clock in a casket or cell. So in my book, Smack ain't no such thing as real nigga time. Oh, shit. Now y'all wanna know why I ain't battle on the last Smack. You can have that. That ain't even what I'm mad at. I change numbers if they can't Dow Jones, they stock drop like the NASDAQ. I pistol whip your skull to Calico, get his dad back.
A lot of people have been wanting to know, so I might as well just ask it. Like, what's the whole issue with you and Smack? And do y'all have beef? Are y'all cool? Like, or
we don't have beef. We not cool. We don't have beef. He's a businessman. I'm a businessman. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let y'all in on why and the truth. Why I really, you know what I'm saying? I salute Smack to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm gonna go at his neck because it's competition. Like I said, I'm an owner of UW Battle League, and my league, I want my league to be number one. It is what it is. You know, it's competition.
So because I had that, I called it the untold truth because I felt like I had something nobody else had, and I felt like Ars was bearing his soul. That wasn't Ars though. That was my marketing. I'm the one called it the untold truth. I'm the one that took advantage of even being in the studio so long. I could have just recorded Ars for something quick and left and went home. But I'm the one that took advantage of that. I called it the untold truth, and I marketed that way and edited that way to where it'd be a dope interview. That was not Arsenal. I do salute Arsenal for giving me the interview, but he didn't give it to me for free. He gave it to me as a favor for a favor. So during the interview, when we wrapped up, he was like, yo, I really fuck with you, man. If you ever want to come to UW or whatever, I got you. You can get on stage, pop a bottle, you know what I'm saying, VIP the whole nine. You know, I give you all access. I really fuck with you.
Yo, man, you already know the shit, man. Just make sure y'all stay fucking with me, stay following me, stay just subscribing to the links and all that shit, man. I'm rocking with my homeboy Chris, Unbias Reviews, man. He give it to you how it is, raw and uncut, you know what I'm saying? The nigga tell you what he feel, and that's just what it is.
I'm like, cool, I'll take you up on that offer. I always felt like no matter how much fame you got, the money, the success, if you can't stand on your word, it don't really mean nothing. A person should be able to look at you in your face, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes all you have is your word, and that shit should matter. So I said, I'm going to take you up on that offer one day in the future or whatever, because he was like, I know you fuck with URL. And, you know, I was like, yeah, I do. So he was like, yeah, you need to come fuck with UW. I think he was trying to get some more attention to UW at the end of the day. So over the next year, I probably talked to Ars like 4 or 5 times. Not nothing crazy. A couple text messages, maybe a phone call here and there. When Ars got UW Hollow versus Lux, I hit Ars up. I'm like, shit, I'm going to come now. I bought a ticket. I hit him up. I wanted a media pass. I couldn't get a reply from Ars. I hit him on a DM. Couldn't get a reply. Text message. Couldn't get a reply. Phone call. Couldn't get a reply. I hit Ray Swag up. I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I did an interview with Ars. Ars always told me I was good to come to UW. I already got a ticket, so I ain't trying to get in free. I just want my camera cleared, you know what I'm saying, so I can get some interviews and stuff. Long story short, Ray Swag said I was good. You know what I'm saying? Ray Swag said I was good. I had to send him a bunch of credentials and shit and my name and YouTube channel and all this stuff. Told me he was going to put me on a list, told me I was good. I get to Lux vs. Hollow, get to the front of the line. I'm not on no list. I'm not on anything. You know what I'm saying? So I can't even get my camera in. So after all that whole ordeal, you know what I'm saying, the embarrassment of me having not, you know, here I am on Unbiased Review and I'm getting stopped at the door, which is a little embarrassing because I got a little name for myself now. Niggas like, you can't get your camera in, dog. So I get inside the venue. As soon as I walk in, I see Ray Swag. He's standing there like right at the front. As soon as he see me, you know how like when a nigga owe you some bread or something and you don't really, you don't even got to ask him for it. The nigga just start talking. So Ray Swag says, about that media pass, let me get that for you. So he leaves. I never see Ray Swag again until like way later. He never went and got me the media pass. So I'm in the venue. I see Heavy Bags. This is Hot Son Live. Jay Black was one of the face-off dudes. He was doing a pay-per-view with Laura Tarzi. Let's see, Jay Black, This Hot Son Live, Vlad TV, Heavy Bags. A couple other media people. I can't remember. I feel like my channel at the time was a little bit bigger than 15 Minutes of Fame, but I know they live in Jersey and I know the connection there, but it was bigger than 15 Minutes of Fame. I thought it was bigger than This Is Hot Fun Live. So I'm looking at like, wow, these dudes got a media pass and I don't have one. So I'm a little salty, but not salty because I'm hating on them, but I'm salty because I'm missing my opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not every day I'm in New York. So I want to take advantage of every opportunity I can to film. So then I see Arsenal. I walk right up to Ars. I say, yo, you think you can get me a media pass? He like, nah, son, you know, I don't really got nothing to do with that. I said, I thought you own this motherfucker.
Well, I started UW Battle League with 3 other business partners back in right after I battled Tech 9.
He was like, yeah, but you know what I'm saying, you gotta talk to some chick. Now mind you, I didn't know who the chick was. Long story short, I never get the media pass, but I did have a good time at the event. I did a recap after that. I never shitted on Ars's event or nothing, just out of me being salty over the media pass. So I left there disappointed, but I still gave Ars a good recap. It was definitely a dope event. I came front, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know what the expectations was. First time being at a UW event, so, you know, I was definitely impressed. I see Arsenal later at the Young Ill battle, when Ars battled Young Ill in Chicago. He went on Twitter saying that, you know, is there any media gonna be in the Chicago area, because you can hang with me and get some footage, and I'll also let you hear my bars for Young Ill. Me being a Young Ill fan, I definitely wanted to hear what he had for Young Ill. So I said, yo, I hit him up. We exchanged numbers again, made sure that we had the right contact. I see him in Chicago. I'm hanging out with him, E Hard, you know, Debo, Swave Seva, a couple other people. We all in a hotel room. UFF comes on. You know what I'm saying? H.A. Double and Snow are about to battle. H.A. Double ends up choking. Arsenal is just clowning H.A. Double. You know what I'm saying? Now, I got the camera right in Ar's face. Never once did he say, turn it off, don't record, don't put it out, don't nothing. So eventually, when I did my recap, I put the footage out of the hotel shit, you know, shit. H.A. Double responds, does a blog.
Just showing you what your pen like, and maybe to get back to putting some penmanship in the battle rap. They say we clones. Clones of what? If you don't
You ass, nigga! Ooh, nigga! Nigga ass, bro. That's why he got a shirt that say ass fault. Cause you ass and it's your fault, nigga.
Take back those words. Wait, the king, I have a
Words,
yak backwards, the cast the yak backwards. That's how you take back those words.
You need to take back those G.
Well.
Ars gets mad. I guess because H.A. Double is coming at him. Ars gets mad. Now, what really bothered me was because, one, you didn't tell me not to put it out. Two, I clearly have a camera in your face and you're talking shit. So I'm saying, don't be a dude that can talk shit behind closed doors if you're not going to be able to say it to a person. So you was feeling yourself, you was talking trash. I put it out. I thought it was funny at the end of the day. So I didn't mean nothing by it, but I put it out. H.A. Double took offense to it, made a blog back. Now, Ars is kind of like, I started hearing behind the scenes, yo, Ars is really mad. You put the footage out. He thought you was on some funny shit. He think, you know, that was some bullshit you did. What really bothered me about it was I was in Ars's hotel room. Him and Ray Swag talking about what a good blogger I am. How next time they got a UW event, they gonna put me down, me and Jay Black, and they gonna work with me and all this kind of stuff.
I got the know-how built into me, so I think I'm gonna definitely get the win out here in Chicago. Even though we in the Midwest, he from the Midwest. He ain't from Chicago, he from St. Louis, but I definitely know they're gonna be rocking with him because he's a Midwest nigga. That's just what it is. But you know me, I'm HPWT. Haters pivot when it's travel. So wherever y'all want to book me, I'm there.
Here, the man of the hour. What up, Swag?
What's good? What's good with you, bro?
What's with you, man?
We fucks with you, man. You know, when a fan asks me about a battle when I'm confused, I actually shoot him your link. Yo, go check his shit out, man. He got some great points. You feel me? If it ain't you, it's Jay Black, man. I honestly fuck with y'all, the two most respected.
Bars get more respect than anything. I'm not an animated person. I'm sorry. I'm trying
bloggers, if you actually want to say, you know what I'm saying. However, y'all really watch this shit. You feel me? So I fuck with y'all. I fuck with you, my nigga. And like I said, man, anytime we have our events, you're more than welcome, bro. You already. Shout out to everybody that's doing it. You know, and you know, Chris, next event I'll be reaching out to you to actually, you know, work something if you want.
Why you just didn't call me and tell me, yo, I got a problem with that blog? I'm hearing it from like 2 and 3 people in battle rap that you're talking to that you don't even know they know me. So they hit me up like, yo, I just got on the phone with Ars. Ars ain't feeling that shit. Or I talked to Ars, so I'm hearing that Ars ain't feeling that shit. So you take that situation and you take the UW past Hollow and Lux. It just made me look at Ars differently. You know what I'm saying? Me and Ars was never friends. I never will overstate that. We were never friends. But I think we had a mutual respect. I respected what he did as a battler. He respected what I did as a blogger. And at the end of the day, I thought his word meant something. So I was a little bit more disappointed. I kind of thought he got the hot head because UW was on top. It had got Lux and Hollow. And, you know, I remember being in the building and Arce was like, we did it. We did it. It was like a little kid. He was so happy that they got Lux and Hollow. So I just felt like maybe Arce changed. You know what I'm saying? When he was in Atlanta, he drove an old ass Dodge Durango, living in a regular apartment. Just a regular dude, you know what I'm saying? Living a regular life. Didn't look like he was, he was still a million view Arsenal, but it didn't look like he was balling or doing nothing. And I'm not clowning him on his Durango. I drove an old ass Ford Expedition, but my thing is that was Arce, and I felt like he was way more humble at the time. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I took from that. If you look at what happened with the whole UW joint with me putting out the 1-round battles and shit like that, Arce will say, well, you know, fans listen to Chris. Chris got a reach or whatever. He fucking up my event. He can't put that shit out. I only got 2 1-rounds, not 4. He may be stopping ticket sales.
Give everybody, bro.
You got ghosts?
If he, you know what I'm saying, people pay attention to him, bro.
A person like Arce or people in Arce's shoes, they will hit you up and acknowledge you when you're negative. You know what I'm saying? When I was trying to do the UW event, cover it, get footage, I could have probably become a UW blogger. You know what I'm saying? I met Arce way before I met URL. Anybody from URL. If me and Arce had bonded, this is what I say how media and ballers need to work together. Arce got a league that's getting no coverage. Look at his card. He has a league that nobody is covering. There's no media, there's no interviews, there's no nothing. You know what I'm saying? The new guys barely even talked in the trailer, and they're not really getting any behind the scenes coverage so that they can be built up. Heavy Bags isn't doing it. This is Hot Sun Live isn't doing it. Jay Black isn't doing it. Angry Fan isn't doing it. Chris Unbias isn't doing it. All these people that were given media passes and opportunities, you know what I'm saying? Where are they now for UW? They're not there. So had me and Arce built a relationship, I could have threw Arce a bone and I could have been doing UW shit for him just because he was a cool nigga back in the day. But he didn't see the vision. You know what I'm saying? So what happens is that maybe at the time, I was Chris Unbiased. I was a big blogger. I was still one of them dudes in battle rap. But maybe my reach wasn't big enough. Or Arce is just kind of like, you know, one of these dudes, he's so on top of the world in terms of views and being top tier that sometimes you forget about the other shit. It's a lot of marketing that could be done for UW and the UW artists. I know L Wisdom and Ray Swag trying to do a lot for that league, but no one's really covering it. And that us as media could have been helping Arce if Arce had threw that bone early on, but he didn't really do that. So it was like our reach wasn't big enough when I was trying to be positive and work with UW and work with Arce. And then when I'm negative with Arsenal, he acknowledges me now.
Give everybody, bro.
You got ghosts?
If he, you know what I'm saying, people pay attention to him, bro.
Why does it have to be that way? You know what I'm saying? Why do you recognize a person when they're being negative, but you don't recognize them when they're being positive? Hold that thought. I'm going to tell you about T-Rex. This is the story of Rex. A lot of people see me getting on Rex now saying that, you know, Rex, I'm surprised he's even earning $1 in battle rap right now. I'm going to be real with you. His stock is so down. A lot of people feel like he's recycling. I met Rex the same weekend as Lux and Hollow 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting in a Joe's Crab Shack. It's me, Goods, sitting there. We sitting there eating. You know what I'm saying? Doing an interview, eating. In comes Rex. In comes Daylight. In comes Heavy Bags. In comes a couple other people. Rex sitting down at our table. First time me meeting Rex, shake hands with him the whole 9. I get his phone number. I'm like, yo, I want to do an interview with you. He was like, yeah, we can do one tomorrow. You know, just take my number and call me. I call Rex, text Rex, DM Rex, no response. You know what I'm saying? After the UW event, I see Rex at a URL event, like the next one or something, like one of the knowns right after that. I'm like, yo, I was supposed to do an interview with you, man, at the UW joint, you know, when I was up here for the UW joint, but you know, I was calling you and you ain't answer. He was like, oh man, you know, you be doing them long interviews. I don't know if I want to do it long. I said, it don't gotta be long, my nigga. I said, you know what I'm saying? We can do any kind of interview. I just want to catch some footage before I leave. All right, call me tomorrow at 1. Call me tomorrow at 1. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely trying to get a Rex interview. Rex is coming off the Verb battle. You know what I'm saying? Rex is on fire right now. So I'm trying to do the interview. No response, no DM, no reply, no text message. You know what I'm saying? You be hitting these ballots up almost like you like a chick in the club. You know what I'm saying? Nigga tell you to call at 1. If you in New York and you know you leave in a day, you need that interview. You know what I'm saying? So here I am at 1 o'clock calling, 1:15 calling, 1:30 calling. I'll be like, damn, I don't even, why am I calling this nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like that's your thought process, but you know that sometimes that's the only opportunity you have. I say all that to say this. That was in 2014. Fast forward now, Rex is battled. Rex ran through Total Slaughter, right? Had a very, very good Total Slaughter, ran through Total Slaughter. Was a Total Slaughter champion. Beat Marv 1, beat Big T, beat, who else did he beat? He beat Daylight, and he also beat Cortez. Was a Total Slaughter champion. After that, he battled Cortez. A lot of fans hated that battle, felt like he was acting like a diva. He battled Suge, he recycled. He battled Run Nitty, Gladiator School, he recycled. He battled Marv 1 in Detroit, he recycled, and he lost to Clips, and he lost to Danny Myers, and you throw in T-Top. So I do a blog. No, I don't even do a blog. I do a Facebook post one day recently. You know what I'm saying? It was like a few months ago, to be real with you. It says, I don't really know why we still support Rex, because he's not giving good battles and he clearly don't care about the fans, and all he's doing is recycling. The only way to stop getting Rex on these cards is you got to stop supporting cards that have Rex on it. Fans like, yeah, you right, because you know we the fans, and if we don't fuck with somebody, you know, maybe URL or maybe this league won't book Rex. It got a whole bunch of likes, a whole bunch of comments, right? I get hit up by a Dot Mob dude in my inbox. He's like, yo, you know, you stopping Rex from getting money out his mouth, you know, for his family and stuff. I don't like that post you put up. I said, my nigga, Rex is stopping money from Rex getting put up. I said, anything I say, it still has to be substantiated. You know what I'm saying? I can't just make a post saying, yo, Hollow is whack. They're going to be like, fuck out of here. Hollow ain't whack. So Rex actions make my post valid. So why you blaming me? Why you ain't hollering at Rex and telling him to step his game up? Dude was very salty. I ain't gonna really front. Like, dude kind of was aggressive in my inbox. So out of respect for him, I take the post down on Facebook, right? About 2 days later, phone, I get a text message. It said, this is Rex, let's talk. I look at him like, this ain't no goddamn Rex, because it wasn't the number that I was calling him, you know what I'm saying, like 2 years ago or a year ago. I know these battle rappers changed their number, but it wasn't that number, because I had Rex number in my phone, but it wasn't the same number. So I was like, this ain't no goddamn Rex, somebody trying to be funny. Then I thought, well, maybe it is Rex, but how the hell he get my phone number? Now, I never responded to that message. I never hit him up and like, yo, is this really Rex? I never hit him up like, yo, this is Unbias. Are you sure you trying to talk to me, or you got the wrong number? Never once. And part of me, man, sometimes I look at battle rapping and probably made me a little bit stubborn, because I was never stubborn or held a grudge until I got into battle rap and just saw niggas don't really be who they say they are. They just can't keep it a buck. I would have so much appreciated Rex if Rex would have just said, I don't want to interview. That's why I respect Hitman Holla. Hitman Holla flat out told me, nah, I'm good, I don't want to interview. He ain't have me calling him, he just told me no. When I asked him why, he was like, I didn't like your recap of me on a conceited battle. And I was like, my nigga, that wasn't a good battle though. I mean, I think you can admit that that was one of your worst battles. He was like, yeah, but y'all, you know, y'all media be talking shit about me, and then y'all want to be cool with me when you see me. I said, that's because it's not personal. It's just about the battle. You still that nigga to us. It's just that you had a bad battle. He was like, nah, man, I'm good. And to this day, even though I didn't like it, because I felt like, you know, damn, you know, I ain't really say shit, but I talk about your battle, I didn't get personal. I still respected the fact that he was honest and kept it real. So I looked at this message and said, this is Rex, let's talk. And I felt like Rex somehow had been hearing that maybe I was trying to boycott Rex, or start a boycott, or start to convince fans not to fuck with him. And he's trying to reach out to me to change my mind. But one thing about me, I don't really want to get close enough to you where I can't be real. You know, where I feel like I gotta watch what I say because we're cool. You know, if you look at the Queenzflips situation, Queenzflips said, well, I was mad that you was talking about the quiet room, and I asked you to stop. Well, normally, I wouldn't have gave a fuck about what Queenzflips said. But I had got a little bit cool with Queenzflip behind the scenes. We had talked a few times on the phone. He asked me to stop. So therefore, I stopped out of respect for him. You know what I'm saying? And when I said it one more time, he was disappointed because he felt like he told me to stop. I don't want to get to a point where I gotta be cool with you, and now I gotta filter what I say. So I thought Rex was gonna try to, you know, kind of get me off his ass a little bit by having a little conversation and then kind of like acting like we cool, and then, you know, just be like, yo, don't say this, and then next thing you know, I know, when there's another Rex issue, I'm like this, like I'm dancing around it, or I don't want to talk about it because I know I had a conversation with Rex. So I purposely didn't call him back. But the number one reason why I didn't call Rex back or even follow up, I thought in 2014, you had came off the Verb battle. You was kind of hot. You was just getting ready to go into Total Slaughter soon. There was no negativity to talk about with Rex. There was no Cortez battle. There was no Suge. There was no Rum Nitty. There was no Clips. There was no T-Top. There was no Danny Myers. There was no 12K. There was no recycle shit. I mean, outside of the little Young Ill battle, but I mean, that's a classic. So there was nothing negative to talk to Rex about. And when I tried to reach out to you, Rex, to be positive, to do an untold truth, to get your story, to show love, the whole nine, I'm calling you, and you curving me. But the minute I start just like, oh, we shouldn't fuck with Rex, he shouldn't be earning another $1 in battle rap, now you want to reach out to me. It's almost as if my reach wasn't big enough when I was being positive. I got ignored, I got this. Now you see, oh, this nigga got a reach. Motherfuckers watching him, motherfuckers listening to him because it's negative. So now that it's negative, it almost takes me to be negative before you finally hit my phone back. Even though I had hit you probably like 8 times. I was in your, you know, in your DM and shit hitting you too. But you finally hit me back when I started being negative with you. Why did it have to be that way? It never had to be that way. If I had did an interview with Rex, got to know Rex a little bit more, then when Rex started doing bad, I could have called him like, yo, my nigga, you know I fuck with you, we did an interview, why the hell you recycling? I could have gave y'all a different perspective because I could have just called him. But Rex never built with me early on. Now Rex doesn't owe me anything, so I'm not salty by it. But this goes back to what Queenzflips said when he say, you know what I'm saying, we gotta be more kinder or more kind. This goes back to what Queenzflips say when he say we gotta be more kinder to people. Battlers need to realize, man, that media is a big deal in battle rap. A very big deal in battle rap. And it's not really going nowhere. One reason why it's not going anywhere is because battlers don't control their own content. They gave all the fucking content to the media niggas. They allowed a nigga like me and Angry Fan to blow up talking about them because they don't control their own content. Case in point, let me pull up this video. If you look right here, as you can see, let me get it in focus. This says Charlie Clips versus Hollow the Don, the face-off. It has 123,000 views and it's on 15 minutes of fame. Heavy Bags was able to sit down with Clips and Hollow after their known 5 battle and get them to discuss it together. And this is what I mean by media isn't going anywhere, because battle rappers don't utilize their own channel. Clips has Charlie Clips TV. What should have done, this is a 123 view interview. Clips should have done this on his own channel. Why did he give it the 15 minutes of fame? No disrespect to 15 minutes of fame, but I'm saying the reason why media is powerful because battlers give their interviews to media. When all you gotta do is create your own channel, control your own content, and do your own interviews. Or you can have someone interview you, but you have them interview you for your channel. So Clips could have called Hollow over. They could have sat down at his crib. They could have uploaded this on Charlie Clips TV, and Clips could have got these 123,000 views for himself. But instead, he gave it to Heavy Bags in 15 minutes of fame. One of the biggest interviews. This was one of the biggest interviews last year. He gave it to Heavy Bags in 15 minutes of fame. So my thing is that one reason why media isn't going anywhere is because battlers haven't figured out that instead of giving your interviews to a nigga like me or Angry Fan, you should give them to yourself. Monetize your own channel and create your own content. But they don't do that. You know what I'm saying? They don't do that at all. So what ends up happening is that a dude like Unbias blows up, get 30,000 subscribers. Now when you want to get a point across, when you arguing with somebody, you mad about this, you beefing with this nigga, you mad about this, guess what you got to do? You got to go to Angry Fan Radio when you could go to your own channel and put it out there, but you ain't grow your channel to put out your own content. So you let Angry Fan grow his channel so big that you got to, if you want to get it out to the masses, you got to do Angry Fan Radio. Why? When you could have done Charlie Clips TV, Hollow the Don TV, Arsenal TV, T-Rex, Dot Mob TV, all kind of shit. But you don't utilize your resources and you allow media to be powerful, which is one reason why media isn't going anywhere and one reason why battlers, media, and leagues need to work together, and it's not happening enough. So that's my thing, man. It's just like when people reach out to you, all you battle rappers up and coming, don't ever be too good for an interview, a plug, anything. You know what I'm saying? You never know where they will be later. So try to build with them now. You know what I'm saying? Because if they on their grind, they'll grind. And this is what I say in my last point I'm going to make. Media, we try to show a lot of love to the battle rappers. You know what I'm saying? We do. We try to show a lot of love to the battle rappers. But battlers will spend all their time, man, chasing the hate when the positive is right in front of them. I tell this to Newborn all the time. You know what I'm saying? I be rooting for Newborn. But Newborn can have a post where like 100 people say you a top 5 puncher in the game. You one of the best punchers in the game, right? 100 people say that. Out of 100, 95 say he a top 5 puncher. 5 of them say, nah, but that nigga lost a SCO though. Fuck Newborn, he lost a SCO. Newborn will argue with them 5 niggas for like an hour on Facebook. Swear to God, anybody that know Newborn will tell you, he will argue with them niggas for like an hour on Facebook. But he barely acknowledges the 95 people that gave him credit. Why? Battlers spend so much time, the love always outweighs the hate. But you can't even see the love because battlers always chasing the hate. You gotta acknowledge us when we show love. I do recaps all the time. I don't get a retweet. I don't get a thank you. I don't get anything. Nobody even acknowledges I did a recap when it's positive. Let me do a recap and I kill somebody. I start clowning a nigga. I bring Krispy Kremes and say I got 12 hot rounds. I bring a teddy bear and I start kicking it like Mr. Wavy. The minute I'm negative, I hear from niggas all day long. That's why I don't even be trying to be cool with battle rappers, because they only fuck with you when you say they won a battle or you praise them. The minute you start critiquing their style, say they lost a battle, all of a sudden them niggas don't want to fuck with you no more. The love always outweighs the hate. Always. The love always outweighs the hate. But niggas chase the hate so much that they can't even see the love when it's right in their face. Unbiased review. That's why I don't even be trying to be cool with battle rappers, because they only fuck with you when you say they won a battle or you praise them. The minute you start critiquing their style, say they lost a battle, all of a sudden them niggas don't want to fuck with you no more. The love always outweighs the hate. Always. The love always outweighs the hate. But niggas cannot see the love. But niggas chase the hate so much that they can't even see the love when it's right in their face. Unbiased review, man.